But we start with $100,000 to stop car break-ins. Good evening, I'm Elizabeth Cook.
I'm Ken Bastida. San Francisco city leaders are hoping that cold, hard cash can help put a stop to the growing crime. KPIX5's Kenny Choi has details of what this new approach is all about. Kenny?
A lot of people are hoping that this new initiative will work. We were getting ready for our live shot, and take a look at this. We spotted this car smashed, and the owners just returned, told us that the briefcase and the luggage case that was right on top was taken. Now, just after city leaders announced that initiative, we also spotted another car across the street also getting broken into just a short time ago.
Okay, Kenny Choi, you seem like a pretty good reporter, and this is actually a news station that we're listening to right now. Any idea who's doing these crimes? The bulk of them? Is there a unifying theme in the people who are doing these crimes? Have the victim surveys been, leading you to make any, have any clues about, who's doing this? Have the arrests that the cops actually make when they do catch these guys, have you looked at that data along with the victim surveys and then the security camera footage of these crimes to make any, observations about who may be doing this in San Francisco? Just asking for a friend.
That the briefcase and the luggage case that was right on top was taken. Now, just after city leaders announced that initiative, we also spotted another car across the street also getting broken into just a short time ago.
And we came back and the window was broken and all our stuff was gone.
A ransacked car is what they came back to, leaving them helpless before heading to the airport.
It's like all our important stuff, like our passports and IDs and COVID cards.
Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Okay, so this is a Cali college chick. Those are the most cringy woke people you ever meet in your life. Now, you guys have seen I've been doing a lot about colleges lately. I mean, I've done it throughout all the years. That's why you got to support this channel and hit the like button. Share these videos and donate to the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, because we keep you abreast of every aspect of this country. The colleges are insanely liberal. They're cauldrons of liberal cesspool sludge, and they're just churning and churning this filth into the minds of our young people. And young glacier gliders like this, especially the women, oh my God, they don't believe that I can tie my shoes. They don't believe I can make Kool-Aid. They think I need a tutorial to make oodles and noodles. They think I need government assistance to screw in a light bulb. Okay? All right? This woman right here has such a low view and expectation of a person like me that it's almost as if she doesn't see me as human. And if she found out it was someone like me that did this publicly, she would say things like, I don't want to see anybody like, it was just some stuff. I mean, he needs help. He needs help. Poverty, she would assume that I was poor. She would just say, it must be poverty. Like, well, mental health is, she would she would not just think that I wanted her stuff. I caught her slipping and I took her stuff. It's hard to feel sorry for people that don't think that you're even a human being. I wanted your stuff and I took it. Because it's kind of easy for criminals now, and I'm a criminal. End of story. All your other theories and hypotheses and thoughts and liberal talking points, no. It's really easy for criminals in California. I'm a California criminal. You were slipping. I got you. That's it. Period. End of story.
And the window was broken and all our stuff was gone.
A ransacked car is what they came back to, leaving them helpless before heading to the airport.
It's like all our important stuff, like our passports and IDs and COVID cards.
Have you heard of all the theft that's happening?
I haven't, especially broad daylight. You wouldn't think like something like this would happen, but it does.
They're just one of the latest auto burglary victims.
It is really embarrassing for our city. It is frustrating, and it gives people the impression that it's not safe to come here.
Hit one if you're shocked that the mayor of San Francisco is a sister. Hit one if you're shocked. Some people make up 6% of the population here. And the mayor is a sister. And as she says, there's an impression that it's not safe to come to her city.
Really embarrassing for our city. It is frustrating, and it gives people the impression that it's not safe to come here.
The latest swing and new approach, cash for informants to turn in criminals at the upper levels to tackle the onslaught of what seems to be a perpetual cycle of smash and grabs, hour after hour, day after day.
Did you see this? These guys are just going down the street, going in every single car. Oh my God. And because of masks, they get to wear masks, and then you add the hoodie, the old hoodie. You know, the hoodie is not supposed, why do I have to, man, just because I have a hoodie on, man, they looking at me. They look at me funny because I got a hoodie on, man. It's going to be very hard to catch a lot of these guys unless the police catch them in the act, or there's, like they say, a tip. But just look at this.
That it's not safe to come here.
The latest swing and new approach, cash for informants to turn in criminals at the upper levels to tackle the onslaught of what seems to be a perpetual cycle of smash and grabs, hour after hour, day after day.
We're just thinking of new ways to deal with the situation and try and get some accountability for the people who are committing these crimes.
City leaders say there's been a
The police chief is a son man. So the mayor's a son. The mayor's a son woman, and the police chief is a son man in a city that's got a population of 6% son people.
There's been a 37% drop in car burglaries from July 4th through mid-October because of increased patrols in targeted areas.
We've had some success with breaking up some of these operations, but there's a lot more people out there.
But SFPD data also shows a consistent increase in burglaries over the years in the Northern District. That includes popular spots like Fisherman's Wharf since 2017, catapulting in 2020, and this year, still nearly double the number in 2017.
Me want to find these people and, just do justice myself.
Rich Berger.
Right on, man. Right on, Rich Burger, man. You tell him, Rich Burger. Rich Burger had enough of it, man. You tired of this woke stuff. I know you're not supposed to threaten harm on the sun. Oh, well, no, because they still haven't told us who's doing this. Let me not assume. Yeah, Rich Burger's being really mean to criminals, man. Rich Bruger, that's not nice, man. You're supposed to be nice to criminals, man. But we here at Ock Nation, we support you, man. Even though you won't find too many friends out there in San Francisco.
Me want to find these people and, just do justice myself.
Rich Berger has been a security guard for 8 years patrolling Ghirardelli Square and says things have not gotten better this year.
Almost every day, broad daylight. Look at it. What time is it now? 12 o'clock, 12:30. They don't care. They have no fear of breaking into cars and getting away with it.
Right now?
Kenny, I'm wondering, what is the DA's office saying about arresting these people and prosecuting them?
So, according to the district attorney's office, only 2% of auto burglaries end up with results with an arrest by police. And so far this year, they have filed 77% of those cases presented to them. They have filed charges. Now, we just spoke to these people as they saw what happened. Your reaction?
Well, I noticed initially that only my suitcase was gone, so a little bit of a bummer, but I mean, what are you going to do? We're here on vacation, so make the best out of this scenario that we can.
And what about you?
It's not going to ruin our trip. We are going to celebrate. We're East Coasters. It is what it is. Life happens, and we'll just continue on.
Inwardly, these people are pissed. You pack a suitcase to go on a trip. Think about all the stuff you put in there. Personal belongings, necessities. If someone breaks your car window, which is a big expense right there, Safe Light. Gotta call Safe Light. And oh no, it's no big issue, We don't have any harsh words for the criminals. Things just happen. That's what I'm talking about. They know who's doing this. They know who did this. They knew what group did this. But they can't say anything they can't even say anything when they're the victims because they've painted themselves into a corner. And saying anything harsh. Think about how racist these people are. They know that it's some people because of the way that they're talking about it. Like, if they thought this was Glacier Gliders or Crouching Tigers or Umbritos doing this, they would be like, man, this is really jacked up, man. But since they know it's some people and they know that, like, they don't even see them as, like, fully capable humans, they can't help doing this stuff. This is just part of their nature. That's how they really feel inside. And they're like, it's kind of like if it's literally kind of like if a bird poops. Like, what can you do? If a bird poops on your car, like, what can you do? That's how they look at it. Like, it's just, a bird pooped on the car. Like, what do you want me to do? You interviewing me about a bird pooping on my car. That's literally how they see some people. These people are racist.
We just spoke to these people as they saw what happened. Your reaction?
Well, I noticed initially that only my suitcase was gone, so a little bit of a bummer, but I mean, what are you going to do? We're here on vacation, so make the best out of this scenario that we can.
And what about you?
It's not going to ruin our trip. We are going to celebrate. We're East Coasters. It is what it is. Life happens, and we'll just continue on.
And then I think your husband is on the phone trying to file a police report. Again, this is happening every day across the city. It seems like hour by hour. We certainly hope that this new initiative announced by city leaders will make a difference in the city of San Francisco.
You know, I love their attitude. They're not going to let it ruin their vacation, but 2%, that's all that's getting caught. That the city of San Francisco has to do better. There's just no question about it.
Yeah, Ken, you're right about that. And again, when we talk to the DA's office, they're saying that they are charging and filing charges in 77% of the cases that have been presented to them so far this year. But again, when you talk to these people and these victims, you feel for them because they are the true victims in all of these burglaries.
All right.
Francisco is launching a new effort aimed at battling break-ins across the city. KTV's Christian Captain joining us now live from police headquarters. And Christian, the idea here is to offer rewards, big rewards, for turning in the people who are trafficking the stolen goods.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. Investigators are hoping that the promise of cold, hard cash will convince some criminals to flip and turn in the people who are buying and selling stolen property. It's a story that's repeated multiple times a day all over San Francisco.
So we just walked up to our car and the window was broken and all our stuff was just gone.
In this case, Caitlin James and her father, Dave, were in town on a West Coast college tour. They stopped for a last-minute treat at Ghirardelli Square and came back to find their window smashed.
They took passports, they took IDs, credit cards, an iPad. They took my book. I was right in the middle of it.
Just 2 hours earlier, the mayor and police chief stood a block away promoting a new plan aimed at disrupting the cycle of burglary. The plan calls for offering a reward of up to $100,000 to anyone who turns in the people who are buying and selling the stolen goods.
A reward of up to $100,000. Wow. This is a huge problem, man. They had their wits in. And that would work in a normal community. But here goes the problem. We know who's doing this. So I did a video a few years ago about St. Louis. They were offering $100,000. This local businessman came up because there was a bunch of kids getting killed in St. Louis. Like every other day, a little kid was getting hit by a stray bullet. So a local businessman put up $100,000 for any leads in any of the cases. He didn't say it had to be just if you can give me a lead that leads to an arrest in any of the cases of these murdered kids in St. Louis, I'll give you $100,000. Well, you know how that ended. He didn't get any leads. So if you can't get leads from a community over murdered kids, I doubt you get a lead over stolen luggage, man. It's just not likely, man. It's not a normal community.
The plan calls for offering a reward of up to $100,000 to anyone who turns in the people who are buying and selling the stolen goods. The idea is to disrupt the chain from the burglar to the fence to the end buyer of stolen goods.
There's layers of profitability in this work. Now, what we're trying to do is this is another tool for us to try to address the people that are providing the infrastructure for this to exist.
The plan is a public-private partnership with the hospitality companies contributing $225,000 so far to the reward fund. A representative from Enterprise Rental Car Company says it's in their interest and the interest of the city to use any and all means to try to bring an end to the auto and residential burglaries plaguing San Francisco.
From the rental car company standpoint, certainly rental cars are being targeted, but also residents of San Francisco are being targeted as well.
The city's mayor is saying it's another tool the city can use to try to target burglars. She also highlighted the city's job training program, saying they posed a safe alternative to a life of crime.
There is a way to make a decent and honest living, and we're here to work with people, but once they cross that line, we have a responsibility.
Does it look like this guy wants your job training program? This is what really ticks me off about it. These people don't want your services. They're doing what they love. Okay? They're doing what they enjoy doing. This is very profitable, stealing your stuff. Sitting up in a classroom with some instructor telling you to wear a collared shirt and sit up straight and be on time and all this other crap, and how to, balance a checkbook, all this boring stuff that's putting them to sleep. These are not the kids that were studying in school. These were the kids walking the hall. These were the kids dropping out. These are the kids that weren't good at school. A lot of criminals are not like math whizzes and history buffs. These are the kids that were fighting at 3 o'clock. These are the kids that were bullying your kid. It's so arrogant to think that you can save everybody. These people don't want your services. They don't want your job training. They wouldn't even want a job. Because you have to understand, these people are not offering these guys a job. They're offering them job training. Come somewhere every day for 3 months, 4 months, whatever, and let us teach you how to get a job or how to behave on the job site. And we might give you a stipend, maybe $20 a day to get some lunch, or in a Metro fare card to get back and forth. Are you kidding? These people are making hundreds and maybe thousands of dollars a week doing what they love. They don't want your services. They don't want your job training. The arrogance of these liberals, man.
She also highlighted the city's job training program, saying they posed a safe alternative to a life of crime.
There is a way to make a decent and honest living, and we're here to work with people, but once they cross that line, we have a responsibility.
As for the Janes family, they said they'd likely miss their 3 p.m. flight to Colorado, trying to work out the logistics of flying home without identification. Dave Janes saying, while it may be too late for him, he hopes the city's new plan works for the next visitors.
Hey, like I said, anything can help. Couldn't hurt. It's better than doing nothing.
Yeah, city leaders say they've seen a 37% drop in auto burglaries since July, when they increased the number of foot patrols and community ambassadors around the city. They're saying that they hope that this new plan continues on that progress that they say they've already started to see. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Kaftan, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, a different approach. We will see if it's effective. Christian, thank you.